season up and smoke a beef rump roast.
Okay, so we got the roast all laid out here. How we got this from the butcher, it has the strings on there. Sometimes the strings is to hold a cut that's kind of all folded together. I'm not really seeing that on here, so I'm gonna get rid of them because it's a bit of a pain when everything's all done. The strings kind of get baked into the meat a little bit, so your seasoning all flings off when you pull them off. So easier to do it now if you can do it. If it's gonna make the cut of meat fall apart, probably don't do it, but that's not our situation here, so get rid of them. All right, now for a beef roast, I don't feel like they need a ton of different seasonings. I think some just good, strong, regular flavors like thyme and salt and pepper and stuff do well. It does help to have some sort of a binder. So I have been experimenting with using beef tallow. I had rendered a bunch from beef we had gotten earlier this year, which I might make a video on too. That's kind of a neat process, but yeah, you get a lot of tallow off of a steer. So anyways, you want to soften it up, put it in the microwave for a bit, get it kind of like that. And all you're gonna do is you just want to take that, put this here for ease of use. There. You take that and you're gonna paint it. Now, if the beef's cold, you're gonna kind of want to season it pretty shortly after you get that tallow on, because it'll harden up real quick. So I'm just gonna use salt, pepper, thyme, and my trusty old Black Dog black seasoning, or maybe it's BLK. I don't super remember what he calls it, but that's made here in St. Paul, Alberta. It's a local guy. It's really good. It's got kind of a charcoal thing going on with it. Leaves a nice color. Great taste sort of thing. You might feel like you're putting on like a lot of salt when you're putting it, on a layer. You can be fairly generous about it because there's so much meat that you have to go through that amount of salt is not going to overpower it. All right, let's do the other sides. Get our trusty meter out. Make sure it's connected, because if the light isn't flashing green, it's not happy. I think this is maybe a 3rd gen meter. Really good. So for this cook, we're just gonna set it up. I usually like to do my roasts to have them end up at 145 Fahrenheit sort of thing. That seems to be pretty decent. I like to think of it like a giant medium rare steak, more or less. So I gotta get this in further, but it's actually still frozen on the inside. So we'll throw that onto the old pit boss and let her go. Alrighty, let's drag this out to the old pellet grill. Hey, there's a large dog and a little dog. Yeah. Guys, I'm not making it for you. Get out of here. Anyway, slap her on. And we'll set up the meter. We're about an hour and 40 minutes into this. Pit boss is set to 225. Red's looking pretty nice. Binder could have binded a little better, but well, it is what it is. Let her go. We got another 50 some degrees to go. So okay, we're kissing 140 degrees here on the rump roast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move it into this cast iron pot. I'm gonna let it sit in here. I'm gonna let the barbecue cool down, and it'll heat this metal up. And what I'm kind of shooting for is that I want this to rest very slowly. So if I can keep it in this cast, it's gonna hold heat for a bit before it cools down. So it should make a nice slow cool down. Gonna do that now. I don't know. I'll leave it in here for probably another 45 minutes, an hour, even just with the barbecue off. So. All right, it's been about an hour of it resting here in the cast iron pot. We're gonna bring her in and start cutting her up. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, still steaming. Yeah, she's warm. It's good. Pro tip, I like to put a cookie sheet underneath when I'm cooking, just to catch all that, when I'm cutting, just to catch all the juices and stuff. I like to do that when I'm seasoning too. It saves it being all over the counter and such. So anyway, we lost a little bit of juice here, but nothing too crazy in the pot. Pull your meter out. And cut it up as thin as you can handle. Sharp knife helps for that. Pretty decent little smoke ring on here. There's probably better ways to do this. I'm just using what I got. It's about done. Ring gets a little wider the further down you get. Yeah, that's all right. And that's how I smoke a rump roast.